Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, here on this channel, we discuss it almost on a daily basis what to do which will make us a successful person, a happy person, and what to do which will make us more likable person. The people will like us and will prefer us over the other people. That is what we have been talking about here on this channel, my dear friends and fellows. Today we are going to talk about the similar but in a from a different angle. We are going to take another subject, and this subject is that why the people dislike it. What are the habits which make us get a rejection and a disliking instead of the acceptance from the other people. So that is going to be the topic of our today's discussion, and here we will speak on the subject in this manner: seven habits that make people dislike you. Seven habits that make people dislike you, and what to do about them. These are the seven habits we have been earlier talking about, the seven habits which will make people like us, and the seven habits which will make us a successful and a happier person, a more effective person. But today we are going to talk about the seven habits that make people dislike you. So these are the seven habits. Yes, are seven habits. The first one is constant complaining and criticizing. There are people who love to criticize, love to complain. We see them quite often complaining and criticizing upon other people, judging other people. I think as for the criticism, as for the complaints are concerned, obviously these should be there, but should be a minimum. Try your level best not to criticize or complain, but if at all, at certain occasions, maybe it become compulsory, necessary, and unavoidable, but don't do it frequently at all, not to be known as a person who is seen complaining and criticizing so often. So that is the habit number one, which makes people dislike us. And the second habit is being know it all. Being know it all, some of the people are trying to prove themselves as the intelligent, as the super intelligent, as much more aware, as much more intelligent person, as compared to the person they are talking to, as compared to the people they are addressing. So I think that is also a bad attitude. Being know it all, like I know everything, like I'm very intelligent, I'm a very big intellectual. So all of that is absolutely nonsense. This is also an habit which make the people dislike us. And now there is a third habit which makes the people dislike us. That is not respecting personal boundaries. Everybody have boundaries. There are certain boundaries, and these boundaries are known to everybody, but and we must be respecting those boundaries. We must be using common sense. We must be using common sense to be able to understand that these are the boundaries of a person, and I do have to respect. And then individually too, certain things are very common that we don't have to violate. There are certain other things which are peculiar to a person. So I think that on the one hand, we need to take care of the boundaries which are very common to each and everyone else, and then there are certain other boundaries which are to a particular person. So I think we need to take care of both of these types of personal boundaries. And if at all we disrespect their boundaries, what is going to happen? That they are going to dislike us, and they are going to disrespect us, and they will be on right, if they reject us because of this thing. Now the fourth is being glued to your phone. Smartphone is a great and a wonderful invention indeed. That is why almost everybody is keeping it in their pocket. But dear friend, but everybody have certain advantages and certain disadvantages as well. Everybody, everything else should be used within the limits. As for those people who are seen glued to their phone for all the time, even if at all they are sitting with someone else, even if at all they are sitting among certain people, and now those people are being ignored and the phone is given preference even now in the presence of those people. That is also one of the habits which will make the people dislike us. So I think if at all we are amongst the people, we need to pay attention to those people and should be using the phone rarely, only when it becomes necessary. Number five, lack of empathy. Now the habit number five, which make the people dislike us, which make the people reject us, that is lack of empathy. Empathy is very very important. No human can be a good human in the absence of in the absence of the empathy. We need to develop empathy. We need to stand. We need to wear the shoes of another person. We need to put ourselves in the situation and the circumstances which is being by another person. So if at all we put ourselves in that situation or circumstances, only then we will be able to better understand and feel what is the trouble, what are the problems of this particular person, and that thing is called empathy. Lack of empathy will definitely make the people reject us and dislike us. And now the habit number six, which make the people dislike us, being too self-centered. Being too self-centered up to an extent, all are selfish and we should be selfish as well, and that actually is called the self-care. But as far being too self-centered is concerned, I think that is absolutely and absolutely wrong. We should not be that much self-centered person at all, and we should be rather a bit we should be also taking care of the other people. So being very selfish, that will definitely make the other people dislike us and reject us. Don't try to be that much self-centered person at all, and be slightly careful about others as well. Now the seventh habit of the person, seventh habit which make the people dislike us is breaking trust, breach of trust. If at all somebody has trusted us with the personal belonging, with the money, with any other usable or the access to their loved one, if at all somebody has shared with us certain items of personal life, like if at all somebody has taken us as a privy, I think that we need to keep their secrets and not to share it at all with another person. If at all somebody has trusted us with any of the belonging or money, we must be taking care of it and must be returning it as and when they demand. And also, my dear friend, if at all somebody has given us the access to any of their loved one, to their family members, I think again there are certain things which must be taken care of, particularly in the Eastern society, my dear friend. So these are the seven habits which make the people dislike us. So these are the seven habits which make the people reject us. If at all we don't want to be disliked by the people, if at all we don't want to be rejected by the people, so we need to understand not only the habits which are good enough and which will make the people like us, and but at the same time we also need to understand the habits which are the bad habits, and these habits will make the people dislike us, will make the people reject us. Once we do understand it well, then we will be able to avoid, then we will be able to unlearn, unadopt these seven habits. Thank you.